What's up, guys? Danbot here, and this is NieR Automata. I don't know, the new game from Yoko Taro. Yeah, we're going to take a look at it now. I'm going to start a new game to show you guys a little bit of the intro and how crazy this game can be. And also note, it doesn't support autosave at all. So you see here, I've got about 4.5 hours in on my main save. We'll just make this one down here. Video. Doofs. There we go. You get easy, normal, hard, and very hard. Note that on very hard you can't use lock on, and you'll die in one hit. So, yeah. Get off the screen, mouse cursor. Let's start the game. Really not going to talk about the settings for this game right now. We'll get into that in a couple minutes.
Everything that lives is designed to end. We are perpetually trapped in a never-ending spiral of life and death. Is this a curse? Or some kind of punishment? I often think about the god who blessed us with this cryptic puzzle, and wonder if we'll ever
As you
have
can
the
hear,
chance to kill
the voice
him.
acting is pretty good. You can turn on the Japanese voice acting. One thing I will say is I've gotten about 4.5 hours in, as you've seen, and I haven't really connected with this main character too much. She's just kind of a bitch. Now, the game does have multiple endings, and they have different characters, and they drastically change what you know about the story. So, once you finish the game, you're not finished by any stretch of the imagination. Now, a lot of you may be confused, because if you've seen video of this game, you're like, wait, it's a third-person action game, what the hell's going on? Well, this is Platinum Games and Yoko Taro, so conventional game stuff is pretty much out the window here. I'll take you through a little bit of the intro stage and then show you some of the later game stuff. Not too late in, because I don't want to ruin anything, but show you a little bit more.
Origin point of long-range lasers confirmed.
So here you can see we're just kind of playing the tutorial. Now, it's a good time to talk about graphics, at least for this part. The game looks great. Frame rate's pretty good. I am playing with a mod, because the game had an upscaling problem that it wouldn't upscale or go to full screen properly, and a modder created a mod that fixes it. So I would definitely recommend downloading that. It's called FAR.
Requesting permission to engage.
I've seen a few frame rate drops here and there, but nothing major, and FAR also seems to address that. Do have the game running on ultra flat out across the board. It's a pretty decent looking game, especially when we get into the on-foot sections there. It's some nice looking stuff. There are some gnarly textures that I'll show off, but it's to be expected in a game that has kind of an open world-ish element to it. Not everything is going to look great all the time.
1D down. Assuming captain's duty.
As you may also be able to hear, the music is great, and it only gets better. Controls in this are very slick.
Enemy air units confirmed. Requesting permission to assume
So we've been playing a shmup, and now we're playing a twin-stick shooter. That's one of the things that makes this game so unique and fun to me, is not only the set pieces, which I'll show off, but the way it changes things up. Switches perspective, plays around with ideas. Not just in the gameplay, but in the story.
4B down. 2B to operator 6-0. All allied units down. The operation is compromised.
Love the music in this game so
Awaiting
much.
further orders.
Operator to 2B. We need you to rendezvous with Unit 9 and begin gathering data on the local terrain.
Understood.
It won't let me skip this, so we're just going to continue on. As you can see, this is the actual level that we'll be running through, at least part of it. This is way more intense than you would think. It's crazy. And now we're playing a 2D shmup. Like a side-scrolling one. Oh yes, there is a level system in this game, and it does directly affect your stats, which we will definitely talk about. I was wondering, yes, the controls are still silky smooth right here. You're going to hear me say that about this game a lot, because it controls amazingly. And of course, this is just the tutorial stage, so... there are things that we do not have the ability to do yet. There we go.
Heavy damage. Standard top laser test estimated. Initiate short control. Activating short-range attack.
And welcome to B to the game.
Alert. Large enemy group detected.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Those of you that are familiar with Platinum games will recognize this kind of fighting system. Not as many straight combos, they're more based on the weapons that you have, but still very familiar. You also have your little robot here that you can use to lock on and get some supporting fire out there. Like so. Like I said with the combos, for example, if I just hold down X with this for my light attack, she will do that spinning in move on her own. So it's very much a case of knowing how to use your moves properly. I can charge up my heavy attack here. And if you have a well-timed dodge, it'll open them up for a nice attack opportunity. And there you go. Very stylish, very fun combat.
Not quite.
And here you go. Here's a boss. Now this has all been seen in the demo, so I'm going to show at least this part, but I am going to cut it midway through the fight and show you guys a little bit more of the game. I don't want to really ruin too much. Also, it helps if I don't walk directly into the boss. Now, you'll see me being healed, and I'll explain what's going on there in just a minute. Ouch. Jeez.
Laser communications recovered.
Alright, here we go.
Toby, I'm transmitting your pod program.
Pod program download complete.
So your pod can get its own special abilities. There's one such ability. Alright guys, so I am going to cut it here because I don't want to ruin what's coming up, but just know that it is insane. There was also one of those rough textures I was talking about. Alright guys, we're going to load this save up real quick, and I'm going to take you on a quick tour of a few things. So load times in the game are, for the most part, pretty reasonable. Oh, this is the Forest Kingdom. No, actually, we can talk about this right off the bat. This is the body of another player, and I can retrieve their body and get some benefits or repair them. If I repair them, then they'll follow me around. I'm just going to retrieve them. This is a boar. I could ride it if I so choose, and actually power slide upon it if I so choose. There's some of that music. This is a lot of what you'll be doing in NieR, is moving around these large open areas that are often quite pretty to look at and do have some spectacular music. Now, I'm not going to continue on the way we were going because I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, but I will take us back into one of the main areas that you will have seen quite a lot in previews and videos for this game. You notice items scattered all over the place. There is a crafting system in this game, and I'll show you little bit of that, as well as some of the settings. So you have all kinds of adjustments for your camera speed, which is very nice. You can turn VSync on or off, anti-aliasing, texture, filter, blur. I need to turn that off for this video, actually. Shadows, effects. For sound, you've got sliders across the board. So, pretty easy. You can turn vibration on or off. By the way, play this on controller. You're going to have a really bad time if you do it on keyboard and mouse. Now, as far as what I was talking about before, you do have plug-in chips for yourself. So here you'll see that I have my OS chip, HUD, HP skill, or skills minimap, and then charge attack +2 that lets me increase the power of my charge attack, shockwave, which makes me send out those shockwaves when I attack. You can upgrade this, and it's kind of an interesting system because you can choose to change it around for support, defense, balanced, and then your pod has its programs. I have the laser equipped right now. I also have a hammer. You have your weapons, and you have 2 sets that you can switch between on the fly. In fact, let's change this to be the Virtuous Contract and the Machine Axe. And now you'll see that I have a rather different little style. You can change this on the fly in combat. You can also change your pod. In fact, I should probably do that real quick just to show you guys. Nope, don't have another pod. Okay, never mind. Alright, so we'll move on. I tend to like this set I have right now just because I like the 2 swords. And you'll see a little hitching. It seems to be mostly when the game is loading, like streaming textures into new areas. You'll see a little bit of hitching. But here is kind of the city area. Now, there is a resistance base that I'll show you guys in a few minutes. There's something else I want to show you first to demonstrate that the insanity of this game just continues to carry over. But by and large, this is a lot of what you'll be doing, is exploring these areas. There's a desert. You can also start fishing, like so.
Commencing fishing.
And you fish with your little pod. And after a couple seconds or a little bit longer, it'll be just like many other fishing games in video games. It's simple, but it's a nice distraction. Adds some kind of believability to the world and some stress release. But and this is actually a problem with this computer that I'm going to have fixed. I apologize, guys, but Windows thinks that my Xbox controller has disconnected yet again, even though it's just fine. I think it's a broken wire somewhere, maybe. I don't know, but
Report. Success.
there we go. So now we can stop fishing. We have our fish.
Complete.
It's just a neat little game. You can sell them to vendors, and it's a nice little way to earn some money for in-game weapon upgrades and items that you might need. Every so often you'll see it say connecting to network. That's when it's doing its like scanning for bodies thing. It's for those bodies that I can retrieve or repair. Yeah, there is the occasional stutter, and it is noticeable, and it can get a little aggravating sometimes, but it's not enough to really take me out of the game, and it's definitely never impaired my ability to fight. Now, hopefully the devs will get a patch out for this. If not, sure the community will. And here's some of the RPG elements. There's a scientist machine here. I'll just skip through the text here, but there's many, many quests. Here, you can have 25,000 gil. 2 days later. Gold. What did you give me? They gave me some copper ore, a rusted clamp, a broken circuit, and a down attack up chip. Actually, that's not bad. No. Right, so you see here we've entered into a little 2D side-scrolling section, but there's little things like that hidden all over the game world. And yes, that is an amusement park you guys see in the background, and yes, we are going there. We are going to Disneyland on a Dimebot video. We can all be happy now. And you'll notice that I have a companion with me. This is 9S. He's one of the other playable characters, actually, but in this part of the story, he's just a companion for 2B. He has a very different fighting style and a very different kind of personality. So here we are, kind of back in a different area of the game, and this has probably one of my favorite sections in the game. I kind of wanted to show it off to you guys, and show you just how crazy the game still is. And also, I'm going to shut up and let y'all listen to the music. Yeah, it's really good stuff. The whole musical score is very interesting. But the antics of this game just really never stop in terms of the crazy stuff that it'll do. Like here, if we go up and over here, we're able to run up here. And we'll grab this, but we can hop on a roller coaster and we can go for a ride. And I'm definitely going to let y'all listen to the music here. I appear to be stuck on the roller coaster. Well, little glitch there. There we go. Now it let me off. But yeah, just the fact that it has that. And that scene, when you originally play it, actually culminates in something completely different. It's actually a boss fight entrance, but trying not to show too many bosses just to avoid some of the more spoilery aspects, because the scale and, you know, breadth of the boss fights is a major selling point for a game like this, I believe. To that end, let's go visit the Resistance camp, and we'll talk about maybe a couple things. And here's how you quick save and also fast travel. maybe a couple things that I have some issues with in the game. Starting off with the fact that 2B is a very unlikable character. She's very no-nonsense. She's very straightforward. She basically doesn't have many emotions. 9S is very different, and the other character in the game is as well. I'm not going to spoil that. But 2B herself, not the most likable. There's a really batshit crazy story going on here. But you play the first part of the game as 2B, and it took me a very long time to get connected to the story because of her personality. Now, here's a couple of other things. This is the weapons guy. Now, I love the fact that you can upgrade your weapons. However, I wish there was a way that I could keep track of what I needed to upgrade the damn things. Like, I need one more severed cable here. Okay, where do I get that severed cable? I could upgrade my machine axe to do a fuckload of damage, actually. Yeah, I'll take that. You can buy different swords here, and there are a ton of them. They look... all of them are really interesting. Beast Lord, that looks amazing. You also have this guy right here, who's just a general shop. So, he does sell some chips for you as well. They use these auto chips, and I should go ahead and explain those in a minute. But this is where you buy the different chips to kind of change things around. You can also fuse chips. If you put the game on easy, because you're having trouble or you're not that skilled at games, these auto chips will... here, you can upgrade the pod. The auto chips will actually do things like you saw in the intro. They will do certain combos for you. They will use heal items when you need them. So it's a way to kind of experience the game. Now, this is the thing I like because it allows you to tailor the gameplay experience, and you can switch it at any time. One thing I do dislike a little bit is some of this open world stuff here. While the areas are neat, a lot of the quests that are in this open world are very much go get 10 of these and bring them back. Or go look at this thing and then report back. Also, I don't even think it's possible for an android to swing that sword or that axe like she just was, but whatever. So, some of the questing's not ideal. There is no autosave. You do have to manually save. Now, that's something you get used to very quickly, and I think we've been spoiled a lot by autosaving in the past, but it's definitely something that's going to take some getting used to. And the world, I know this is a dead world, but it's very dead. There's not a lot going on out here, aside from the roaming packs of mobs. Now, the game is very fun. It will kick the shit out of you. Like, these enemies, these things are awful. Not gonna lie. In fact, we're probably about to die. Yeah, we are. I think we're just going to go ahead and get the hell out of here. And use a heal item. The difficulty of this game, it is possible to get way in over your head. So if you are not careful, or if you're exploring somewhere you shouldn't be, it is entirely possible to just get absolutely wrecked by enemies in this game. Yep, that's for 2B, or for 9S, he has a special hacking ability. Let's take a look at another area, and maybe talk about one other thing that some people have been having some problems with, which is the fact that, how to say this, the fact that the game is so insane and has joke endings and so many things going on that you sometimes can't tell when it's taking itself seriously. You can't tell what's going on with the story. It's kind of convoluted. There's just a lot going on. It's a Yoko Taro game. It really is, but the combat is sublime. The world is really fun. The scale of the bosses is ridiculous. The different environments
Leave me alone,
are a lot of fun.
jackass. I can't deal with your weird
And
hobbies
you have
anymore.
stuff like this.
Look, I care what you think.
This
jerk.
character's name is actually Jackass. She wants me to eat a fish. So, is it in key item? Caught fish? Yeah. I guess we're going to eat the mackerel and see what happens. This is some of the craziness I was just mentioning. We've just seen an ending of the game, folks. That seems like a perfect place to end it. Welcome to this game. I swear to God, if that just fucked up my save file. No. Okay. Cool. Welcome to NieR Automata, guys. It's great. Go get it. It's a ton of fun. Alright guys, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit like, subscribe, or go check out my Patreon. My name is Dimebot. I will see you guys next time. Hopefully in the next game we won't die and get a joke ending by eating a mackerel that somebody handed to us. So, yeah. Later guys. Hey guys, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Seriously, hit that like button. It really helps me out. Retweet the video if you like, and hey, hit the subscribe button so you know what else I'm putting out.